In a larger group or network situation, 2 or 3 educators, one of whom is the classroom teacher, serve in the role of co-teacher. These teachers interact directly with students and collaboratively teach the lesson. As the lesson unfolds, co-teachers share observations about the learning of the students and exchange ideas and thinking about instructional moves in light of student responses and work. Remaining teachers will serve as observers and situate themselves with 1 or 2 groups of students. These teachers observe and chronicle student thinking, but do not intervene directly with students.
I've been asked to be an observer, and I was just wondering what am I really supposed to be doing as I observe the students?
The observer, in this case, we're going to have 2 co-teachers, so they're going to be interacting with the students. And as observers, our role will be to sit back and choose 1 pair of children. Now, you may be able to actually watch 2 groups of students, but really try and focus on 1 pair and focus on them from the beginning to the end. And what that will provide for Carol is you will fill in all of those gaps that we don't really get to see as a teacher. We work around the room and we initiate conversations, we try and diffuse problems when kids are getting stuck, but we never have that luxury of sitting down and watching a pair of children solve a problem from beginning to end. And all those pieces that don't actually get on the paper, you can actually capture on a piece of paper of your own. What's the dialogue? What did they say? What are the actions? What order did they do it in? What kinds of things happened when they got stuck? What sort of things were helpful? What wasn't helpful? All of those pieces that we never have the luxury of seeing, we as observers will be able to then say to Carol, guess what, Carol? This is actually what they did. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for the teacher to understand their children better, and it's a really nice opportunity for us to actually see that process of problem solving as it actually happens, as opposed to a final product of problem solving, which sometimes the 2 are very closely related, sometimes they're actually not very closely related at all. So often if we are really charged with the task of not speaking to the children, what happens is at that point where you really want to jump in, you don't. And then you discover that they're self-righting ships and they actually work their own way out of the problem. And so it's really an interesting exercise in understanding that sometimes we jump in too early.